Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Rejeki Amalia and I'm from TBI C class 6th semester and my ID number is 1901 120026. And today I'm going to tell you about what book that I have read before, and this video is made for English for specific purposes assignment. And okay, let's go to the point. Okay, what I have read here is a book that has the title Introducing to English specific purposes, and it has a lot of chapters here, but for my chapter I choose the ninth chapter, and it talks about genre. And for this chapter there's a lot of interesting thing here, basically because for the chapter 9 genre, it is talk about following prominent aspect of genre, like background to genre, discourse communities, genre and analysis, genre networks, genre structure, application of genre to course design, and that's all. It talks about genre because English for specific purposes, it is very important to know what kind of genre in here. And if you want to know about genre, what is genre is arguably one of the most significant influence on ESP in recent years, so it is related to the English for specific purposes, because genre can be understood at the most basic level as types of text, for example an academic journal article. And these genres are constructed by the community in which they occur and are subject to change. Norms of published research have evolved over the years, so journal articles many look very different from similar texts of 30 years ago. That's all for the genre. What kind of genre is it, and what correlation of the ESP, because for the ESP course design, this genre is very important to it. And after we have known about genre, there's a lot of genre here. Consider audience, purpose, and setting in terms of genre in the ESP approach highlight. Like the first one I can see here, there's a discourse community. So discourse community, and it has a lot of the title of it, and I think all of you is wondering what is the discourse community, right? Because basically discourse community has 6 defining characteristics, and it is a similar activities and engage in disciplinary communication of it. It is very related to the genre and related to the ESP, what kind of genre in it. And we have one in here, discourse community, because for the discourse community, members have varying levels of expertise and lower and power in using and determining genres. For example, in university department, a professor would be viewed as an expert in the genre and has a great deal of power in determining what constitutes this genre, whereas a newly enrolled international student is viewed as a novice in genre and has very little say in constitution. And we can say here the genre and need analysis, because yeah, we have to analyze the needs of the people that really use the English for specific purposes in their study, right? So it can consider genre at the needs level by identifying and collecting samples of the types of genre or text that the learner will encounter in target communicative situation. And the need analysis should be triangulate in terms of stakeholder and methods. So example of genre can be collected from major stakeholders such as employers, experts, and students. That's it about the need analysis and how do you can use it for the using need analysis and the genre. And then you can see here, it still has a lot of thing for genre thing, and I think for the genre and course design it has a correlation each other, like genre can play as an important part in course design, and by including common genres from the students target communicative situation, the texts are more meaningful and relevant to the book, to their needs. And student can play an important role in genre approach to ESP. So they can collect examples of genres, identify genre networks, and analyze genre structure and move. So yeah, there's a correlation between the genre and the course design of it. And for the genre analysis, I can find a few examples of a common genre spoken, written in the area ESP. What kind of there? I can see there are purposes, audience, skill, structure, grammar, and vocabulary. There's a thing that is the term of genre in the common ESP area. So basically, this chapter has introduced the important role of genre in ESP course design, and it has considered the major issues in genre, although the majority of research into genre focuses on EAP, and academic writing. It is useful too for concept and ESP and all of the settings. And this chapter has provided some guidelines on how to include genre and genre analysis in an course. So genre analysis and the ESP course, it is very important each other. It has the correlation each other very tightful, because yeah, if you want to learn about the ESP course, you have to put on the genre, and the genre has to be analyzed by using some method to do. And yeah, that's all for my video today about the chapter I have read. Yeah, and the title of this book is Introducing to English for Specific, introducing course design in English for specific purposes. And that the book is very attractive, and you have to read it. And thank you for that's all. I'm sorry if there's a misunderstanding word in this video, and bye bye, see you next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.